Alright, welcome race fans once again to MaxSpeedTV. Again, hopefully we have all the internet issues sorted out from last night. So we have Spectrum looking into that to see what was going on, or who was going on. Was very odd to be losing internet there in the feature race only. So we do have them looking into that for us. We have another great race for you here tonight. This afternoon, we might say. It is the T&D RusticDecor.com short track series. This race is a very good one. Truck race. They are growing every week here as we have a couple of more new drivers in here. Landon Heidi, hopefully we get that name right. The last name, we'll clarify that if we get a chance to. And I do see Richard Stallings making the trek in here. Brand new driver to this series, but definitely not a new driver to the MaxSpeedTV side of things. We have seen him race before. But you are going to see some great racing this afternoon. It looks like we got about 15-16 drivers in here, and they're still coming in. We still have a few more that have not connected. There is another one connecting there. Jason Deere here. Jahil Mustic. Hopefully we get that name right. We'll see if we can't clarify that one as well. A few ones last week's race we didn't get to cover it. It was here on MaxSpeedTV, but Rudy was covering it. But tonight we are back to normal form, and it will be me covering it here today. We expect to see a very good race. These guys are very good at what they do here in these trucks and these little short track series. As we are going to change cameras here and see if we can't get a better angle here. I haven't been to this track before here, so it's going to be very interesting for the camera angles. We're going to do the best we can to cover all of the racing action for you. But again, haven't been here before, so we don't have camera packs set up for it yet. But right now we are in practice, so here for just a few minutes. We're actually going to go on board with these guys here for just a little bit. So we'll find the best here. We'll go to the roll bar camera here. There it is, and we're going to go on board with these guys for just a little bit with the T&D Rustic Decor on board camera. So again, we're going to do this, and we'll be right back here in a minute. So we got about 14 and a half minutes left in practice. Alright guys, we're back here again. We are in practice with about 9 minutes left. And we got 17 drivers in here, so one more than the last week's race. So they are growing a lot of new drivers in here that we are going to go through tonight. Again, Landon Heidi is new. Hopefully we are pronouncing that one right. And Shahil Mustek, good brand new driver. Well, not brand new. I have seen him here. We do apologize for that, but brand new for me anyway, as I have not got to broadcast this group of guys yet, but we will here tonight. So I do expect to see great racing. Right now it looks like Ed Sauls does have the fastest time right now with a 14.477. Chuck Kemper right there in the second with a 14.501 just behind him. Again, this is going to be some great racing here tonight. I do predict anyway. We'll take a look here. We're going to have to work on those cameras a little bit before we come back here later in the season. They do run this one more time. Again, right now you can see just how close these times are together here as we put up our top 10 for you. And you can see very close times. Top 10 guys separated by only 0.5. And on this tiny of a track, that is not a whole lot of distance. So anybody's game to win here. We got Charlie Ryan on the track right now. Actually, he's on pit road with a 14.535, so just barely off of Chuck Kemper. Trey Galgan back in 4th place with a 14.591. These guys are not going to want to give up any spots, and it's going to be difficult to get by somebody here on this track. It is such a tiny little track here. A lot of times they run the Whelen Modified Series here. We're running the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series trucks here, so that could make it very interesting indeed. Again, 17 drivers going to be starting this race. The one we want to keep an eye on is right there, the number 16 of Rachel Hunt. We have watched her since season 1 in 2017, as she has definitely improved. Her biggest key to improvement is she is just not letting these guys take anything from her anymore. She is out there making a name for herself, so it will be very interesting to see if she can do so here tonight and hang on to a good finish. As all she's got to do is just not give those spots away. She used to be bad about it, and she admitted she was a little too easy on them, but she has tightened up a lot. Doesn't give as much slack. She hangs on to a spot a lot more now, and it has done her wonders. She is now able to hold on to those spots. We got a big wreck on the track. Again, we'll check in with these guys here in a minute. We're going to step away one last time as we got about 6 minutes here in practice, and we'll be back with qualifying. Alright, just going to give everyone an update real fast. It looks like we have a new fastest driver here. The number 18, Shahil Mustak, is the fastest driver in here. Just past Ed's. Ed dropped to a third. Chuck Kemper right there battling. He is now second fastest with a 14.63.014 off of Shahil Mustak. Again, these guys putting on such a great run here just in practice, so I do like to see good racing coming out of it. We'll see. Oh, we got a car down stopping, everybody piling in there. This is going to be a problem here at this track. It is so tiny. It's not very wide. You could fit 3 wide, but I don't recommend it. It's just not wide enough to handle that here, as we have a lot of cars here. Still 17 drivers, so it's going to make it very interesting for the start. This series last year had a few less cars, but they are picking up steam very quickly here, and definitely as you're watching the 96 of Carl Hayes right now, and he is definitely going to be somebody to watch out for, as well as Philip Daniels is the one you're watching right now, the number 8 car. He is 7th fastest right now in the number 8 machine by a link belt, so another very good competitor. Charlie Ryan, I do look to see him definitely moving toward the front. He is 4th fastest right now in the number 54 Bud Light machine, and one you do not want to count out at all, if we can find him on here, is Brian Jones right there, the number 21. Definitely be watching him. He's already been proven that he can be a winner, and I don't see why he can't do it again here at South Boston, but we'll be keeping an eye on him throughout the night. But let us know, for anyone that's in chat, let us know who you are rooting for. If we got any sponsors out there that are watching, a big shout out to you for all that. We do have quite a few sponsors on board, so to run through them really fast, obviously on the MaxSpeedTV side of things, so we have Performance PCs, SimSpeedShop.com, HRE Motorsports, Elite 7 Racing, and Virtual2Reality.tv. We have a lot of great partners on the racing side of things as well. Those include Virtual2Reality, MaxSpeedTV themselves, definitely stepping up here a little bit. Performance PCs, so they kind of double there. TJ Woodworking out of Oklahoma, if you're looking for some engraved plaques to give to your champion of your league, or whatever else you may need, check them out on Facebook at TJ Woodworking. And of course, T&D Rustic Decor, the title sponsor of this series. Definitely check them out at tndrusticdecor.com, or just go to Facebook and look up T&D Rustic Decor. But again, a lot of sponsors on board here to make all of this possible, and we are just about 20 seconds away from qualifying. So next up, we'll be qualifying in 15 seconds. That will do it. Checkered flags are waving on practice. Next up is qualifying. Alright, green flag is out. Qualifying is officially underway now, so we'll see here. We'll go over to the 45 of Jason Deers. He's pulling out onto the track now. He's going to stop, so let's jump over to Jason McSparron in the number 23 machine. We'll see what kind of times he can put in here, as we'll definitely be watching all of these fast guys. Chuck Kemper out on the track right now, as well as Michael Given, Charlie Ryan, Trey Galgon, Carl Hayes, Ed Sauls, all these drivers out on the track, and many more. We'll try to get to the times as best we can as they start coming in. We'll let you know who are the top guys. And there's right now, it's going to be Trey Galgon up at the top of the 14.541. He is the fastest driver right now. Doug Pickering back in second with a 14.678. And they're going to trade back and forth. Rachel Hunt right now in fourth with a 14.805 now to fifth. as Charlie Ryan's going to take to the top in that number 54 machine with a 14.456. Going to shut it down there. Chuck Kemper right now, he is in, take a look here. There we go. Chuck Kemper in third position with a 14.527. Put over driver bar for you there a little bit so you can see these drivers. We'll see. Can anybody touch Charlie Ryan right now? Lowell Jewell back in 7th place right now with a 14.784. Richard Stallings, another driver we're going to keep an eye on. He is currently in 8th place right now with a 14.785. See, Philip Daniel Jr. Again, we talked about him earlier in the number 8 Link Belt machine. He is currently in 5th position here in qualifying. So can he come away with a top 5? And it looks like he's going to do it in 4th position right now with that lap of a 14.556. Carl Hayes on the track right now. He is back in 12th position as he's got a 15.568. Looks like Landon Heidi is going to come out on to the track now. For his first time, we still have him to come out on the track. Caleb Weekly and Shahil Mustag coming out onto the track here shortly. But right now, the only one that has not put a time in that is on the track is Landon Heidi. So we'll see what kind of times he can throw down. Right here in a second, coming around. He is in turn 3, so turn 4 coming up. And there it is on the flag stand right now. What kind of time? It's going to put him in 14th with a 15.741. As it looks like Shahil Mustang's going to be coming out on the track in the number 18 machine now, as he is starting the lap number 1 right now. So again, we'll see what kind of times this guy can put in. And it looks like Aaron Maspero is going to make it in just in the nick of time for qualifying. So 18 drivers here. One more jumping in at the last minute. Lap number 1 is in. What kind of times is it going to be? Top of the charts, 14.427. So he will take pole here for your feature race as of right now. We'll see if anybody can top him, as he's about 0.028 ahead of Charlie Ryan and at 0.078 ahead of Trey Galgon in 3rd place. And at the moment, I don't see anyone else coming out on to the track. We still have Caleb Weekly and Aaron Maspero still left to come out onto the track. But we're going to step away for just a minute and get to the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alright, we are back here with gridding. While everyone gets onto the grid here, we are going to go through your HRE Motorsports starting grid. Starting on row 1 is going to be Shahil Mustang, and starting on the outside of row 1 is going to be Charlie Ryan. Row 2 is going to be Trey Galgon and Chuck Kemper. Row 3 is going to be Philip Daniels Jr. and Rachel Hunt. Row 4 is going to be Ed Sauls and Doug Pickering. Row 5 is going to be Aaron Maspero and Lowell Joel. Aaron Maspero just coming in at the nick of time to get in here. Row 6 is going to be Richard Stallings and Brian Jones. Row 7 is going to be Michael Given and Carl Hayes. Row 8 is going to be Jason McSparron and Landon Heidi. Row 9 is going to be Jason Deere and Brett Day. And rounding out row 10 is going to be Caleb Weekly. Again, that was your HRE Motorsports starting grid. As everyone is getting ready here, we have a huge show. We have people all the way back into turn 4 getting started here. As we'll see, it looks like there it is. The 18 of Shahil Mustang is going to be your pole sitter here. So a lot of cars on such a tiny track. Let's hope they can get it going good here and no chaos ensues. If somebody gets sideways and collects 2 or 3 cars, it could spell disaster for this field. Again, this track is not wide and it could get very dangerous very quick. Again, we thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We do thank everyone, and we do expect to see a great race. So this should be good. They are now 1 lap away from getting the green flag. Everybody looks to be nice and bunched up. So let's hope nobody misses a gear here. That would not be good if they did. So definitely we're going to keep an eye on them. And the pace car is in. Green flag is out for the first time here. And it looks like so far so good. We're going to have a good start. Nobody wrecking too far off the front. As it looks like Jason Deere may have been a little off pace. As we'll check in there with him. Not sure what happened there. But they are battling extremely hard. Crinkled up in the front. They are racing here. No caution so far. We keep going. And everyone's got to be very patient here. This is a very small track as we're already on lap 2. And we've been going for about 30 seconds already. They are running 14 and 15 second laps. So you got to be very patient. They run 50% fuel here. So you will have to pit. So pit stops could play a factor in today's race. As you're watching right now, the 40 of Chuck Kemper. And a caution is going to come out for the first time. And we'll see, it is going to be Philip Daniels Jr. and a couple of others may be involved in there. So let's go back and take a look. What happened here to the 8 car of Philip Daniels Jr.? We'll see, gets into the wall, comes down, collects the 81 of Ed Sauls. And I'm not sure how Brandon... there he is, the 87 of Landon. Heidi gets involved in that too. That is going to take a couple of cars out of here. It looks like Philip Daniels Jr. is going to be the main one getting into the wall all by himself and collecting a few cars with him. So that is very unfortunate. It was only a lap 5 underway to have a early lap caution. But it does happen. We talked about it, and these cars get very loose very quick. A lot of smoke on the front stretch in turn 4 right now, as now we are single file out. So let's take a quick look at our top 5 after 5 laps completed here. It is currently Charlie Ryan, Trey Galgan, Chuck Kemper, Aaron Maspero, and Doug Pickering. Those are your top 5 drivers after 5 laps completed. Again, a lot of smoke on the front stretch, and it is not clearing right now. There is not a whole lot of wind here, and this track is so small that it kind of gathers right there as you have a car smoking also on pit road. Looks like Landon's going to be stuck on pit road. And we'll see here who else is on pit road. So it's going to be... Get a look here. There they are. Doug Pickering on pit road too. So we have several cars on pit road as they are now getting double file, getting ready to take the green flag. Once again, lights are off. So several cars on pit road now. Some of them are coming off, but green flag is out, so it doesn't matter. We're back to racing here at South Boston. We'll see another good start. Nobody getting into each other there, so that is good. That's exactly what they need to do. As we're going to take a look right here, you have Chuck Kemper battling with the 41 of Aaron Maspero right now. These guys are going to do it, and it looks like Chuck Kemper is going to take that spot of third place. Everyone kind of single filing out right now, as you can see. Not a whole lot of battles going on throughout the field. It looks like Ed Sauls is going to get by the 21 of Brian Jones for 5th position to put himself up there. But looking back here is where we want to take a look, as we have a lot of battling going on back here. People not single file. You'll see him coming out of there. That is the 24 of Michael Given is going to get into the wall there, it looked like, just a little bit. He's got company behind him, Brett Day and Shahil Mustek back in 12th place. He did make a pit stop. He was your pole sitter, and now he is going to be back in about 14th place, I do believe, 11th place, my bad, as he did make a pit stop there. So I don't see any contact, just maybe want to get in, get some fuel and some fresh tires, as we have a lot of battling going on right now between these three. That is, again, the 72, the 12, and 18 all battling here for that position. They are definitely putting in a good run, as we have a caution out. Not sure who that is. It looks like maybe the 87 was involved. So let's go and take a look here and see if the 87 was involved. What happened here? The 12 and the 87 battling, and not sure. The 87 definitely, oh, the 5 going around. Lowell Joel. Now let's go back another 30 seconds here, see if we can figure out what happened to the 5. As we see the 12 coming up on him. The 87 did get into the wall, but right there you'll see the 5 is catching up, or the 12 is catching up with the 5. We'll see what happened. Maybe he had to check up a little bit. Something drastically happened. Oh, the 5, though, the 12 getting underneath the 5 did spin the 5 out. So that is what happened. The 12 got under the 5. That was Caleb Weekly getting under Lowell Joel to cause that caution. And a lot of drivers making pit stops now. We have a lot of bent fenders here, as we are on lap 16 of 100 now. Alright, so Charlie Ryan is still out front at the moment. We'll take a look at our top 5 after 16 laps completed when they cross the line. It is Charlie Ryan, Trey Galgon, Aaron Maspero came in at the very last minute, did get a qualifying lap in, and now Brian Jones in 4th, Carl Hayes in 5th. Charlie Ryan has been the dominant car right now in the 54. He has led all 16 laps. So that being said, it looks like we're about ready to get the green flag here in 1 lap, as they are going to get double fouled this next time by. Alright, they are a double file. That means next time by, we will get the green flag. Thus far, we've had a fairly good restart, so we'll see if that trend continues. Everybody is on track. We got a few cars elapsed down and multiple laps down, but it doesn't matter. Green flag is out. We'll put the top 3 up there for you to see. And right now, everybody's side by side as the restart is underway. And we're going to take a look. That may be a battle right there between the 41 and the 49, as Aaron Maspero and Trey Galgan right now. And it looks like the 41 of Aaron Maspero is going to take that position. As you see, I'm just not sure. Here comes the 49 back to try to get it once again. These guys battling so hard back here. That is even for second position. If you look a little further back, look at this group of guys back here. That is back for fourth position. Actually, fifth position. And if you take a look, Brian Jones is in fourth by himself right now. But that's a battle for fifth. Carl Hayes, Lowell Joel, Shahil Mustang back into seventh. From 11th position, he is working his way through the field right now very cleanly. That car doesn't look to have a whole lot of damage, as he is going to slowly but surely make his way through the field very methodically. He is doing so to make it clean and keep that truck out of harm's way, as he is going to possibly get by the 5, and he is going to be side by side, but it looks like he may make it by him here in the front stretch, and he will pass him at the line, but can he hold on to it? We got a car smoking. It looks like that may be the 23 of Jason McSparron. It is. He's going to take that truck to the inside, let everybody by him. No cautions coming out. He will go to pit road, so that is unfortunate for him. It looks like something definitely went wrong with that truck. But right now, you're watching Charlie Ryan. He is your race leader. He has led 25 laps now, as we are a quarter of the way done with this race. Right behind him, those two right there still battling. Trey Galgan right there and Aaron Maspero. Both of these guys trying to get up there and get the lead if they can. Brian Jones, again, we've seen him do it, and a caution is going to come out. And it looks like it's not Jason McSparron. He's on pit road. There it is. Rachel Hunt going around. Let's go back and take a look. See what happened to her. What happened to Rachel Hunt? Such a good driver. We'll have to take a look. Oh, looks like Ed Sauls drove it in there. Not sure if Rachel came down a little bit or if Ed just didn't have the room he needed. But either way, it's going to spin Rachel around and send her back into 14th. So that is unfortunate for Rachel. She's going to slam it into the wall there trying to get that car or that truck turned around. That is very unfortunate for Rachel, as she's back in a 14th position now. Everybody's still on the track now, as we'll go back up to the front. Your race leader pointing into pit road is going to get some repairs done. That will put the leader as the number 41 of Aaron Maspero. So that is very unfortunate for Rachel. Not sure what happened there. Again, I'm not sure if maybe Rachel came down just a little bit, or if Ed just didn't have the room so that he thought he had to get in there. I can promise you these two race so much together. They've been racing for about 5 seasons now, so they are definitely not going to do anything intentional. I'm sure Ed feels really bad about that, as he did not do that on purpose. He just may have misjudged it, or maybe she came down just a little bit. But either way, definitely not what either one of them wanted to see. But again, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight, or again this afternoon. We're so used to doing night races here that it's instilled in our brain, but it is afternoon. It is only 2:38 in the afternoon Central Time. Right now, let's take a look here at our top 5. While we have time, after 30 laps completed, still 70 laps to go. It is Aaron Maspero now out. He has led 2 laps. He is your new race leader. Carl Hayes, Michael Givenoff in the 3rd position. Good run for him. Charlie Ryan in 4th, and Trey Galgan in 5th. Looking on the outside in is the number 40 of Chuck Kemper. So can Chuck Kemper get back up into the top 5 and possibly get a win here tonight? That will all be determined here in about 68 laps or so is what we have left. As we'll take a look here as our 3rd caution. Again, we don't want to see cautions, but they are probably going to happen here with such a short track. But everybody is on track right now, so that is very impressive. As we have the green flag once again, and we got a car going around very quickly here. Caution will come out as we'll take a look. It's going to be Carl Hayes going around, let's go back and take a look and see what happened to him. Carl Hayes, the 96, goes around. It looked like he may have had some help from somebody. So let's take a look and see what happened. It looks like he might have had a little help from the 24, Michael Given. Again, not 100% sure. We didn't get a good angle at that. But regardless, he goes around, and the 24 was behind him. Again, we're not throwing blame on any driver. Maybe he could have missed the shift. We don't know. But either way, he does go around. And we'll see what happens if anybody gets a penalty for that. That would be coming up here in a second. We'll see. Again, right off, that is the first restart we have had a caution on right off the bat. Again, the 96 going around of Carl Hayes. So we'll see how it plays itself out. Where he is going to be. He is currently back in 13th going on the pit road. And it looks like the 24 of Michael Given, as we see if we can find him, he is still sitting in 3rd position. So it could have been the 96 just spun around on his own. But again, race control will review that, and they will determine what happened. And then we will find out if we see Michael Given go to the back or hold his position. Alright, looks like lights are off on the pace car. They're going to double file back up. Again, even after a big pile up there on the restart, everybody is still on the track, which is amazing. We have some guys starting in 13th. We got a few cars a lap down up to a 4 laps. But still everyone on track as the green flag is going to come out once again. And we are racing here. Once again, we'll put up our top 3 for you there. And let's see if we can't get a good start here. And it looks like we are going to have a successful start. And we have a battle for the lead as a bump's going to happen. A car goes around. And that is not going to sit well. That looked like a hard hit. And we'll see. It's going to be Rachel Hunt getting involved once again. Looks like Charlie Ryan's going to go around. Let's go back and take a look at that and see what happened. What happened to Charlie Ryan here? Take a look. So you hang on. Let's go back a few more seconds here. Right at the start here, what happened? Not sure. We had a little contact there. That didn't cause it though. And it looked like maybe the 41 may have gone up and got into the 54 just a little bit. Again, this is very close racing as we go back up to live. So very close racing. Not sure. Maybe, just maybe the 41 did get up into the 54. But right now the 41 is still being shown at the front of this field. So we'll see if that was the case. Race control will review this. Somehow, it looks like the 16 of Rachel Hunt gets involved in this as well. So not sure what happened there. We didn't see that. So she is on pit road now, coming off actually. She's 1 lap down, back in 15th position. We are nearing the halfway point here, as we have had 5 cautions already for 22 laps. So about half of this race under caution so far. That's not what anybody wants to see, but again, to see everyone still on track running after that many cautions, it goes to show just how tough these trucks really are. But again, everybody just getting a little bit of damage. Nobody has had major damage here tonight, as everyone, again, still is on the track. All right, green flag is out, and we are racing once again. So far, so good on a clean start. They're still too wide up here at the front. At the front two are going to single out Chuck Kemper, making his way to second now. And he run down Aaron Maspero. Such a fast driver. Both of these drivers, very fast drivers. And Chuck Kemper running the league logos there. He's got TND, Rustic Decor, and TJ Woodworking on the bed of that truck. Oh, Chuck Kemper gives a shot to the back bumper of the 41 Aaron Maspero. And that gets him a little loose, but he hangs on to it. Great job on Aaron Maspero to hang on to that. Again, that's part of this. Bumping and banging will happen, as that may have done a little more damage to Chuck Kemper's truck than anybody's. Brian Jones right behind him in third place right now. He is running him down. Again, we know all three of these guys can win. We've seen good runs from Aaron. He just hasn't quite completed a win here. But Chuck Kemper definitely has won a championship in past seasons. Brian Jones has been proven to be a winner, as we got a caution out, and it's going to involve the 5 of Lowell Joel. Let's go back and take a look. What happened? Oh, the 5 just got loose by himself. The 72 getting a hard lick into him of Brett Day. So the hard lick from the 72, but the 5 looking like he just spun out by himself, unfortunately, and he's got heavy smoke coming from the back of that car. So we'll see if that car can keep going. Again, they do have one fast repair here, so we'll see if the 5 is going to use that here. So it looks like Aaron Maspero is going to take to pit road as well, giving up the lead, and he will give the lead to the 21 of Brian Jones, as we are now halfway done with this race. It is wrapping up fairly quickly, even with the few cautions we've had. Again, that is our 6th caution for 24 laps, so a little, actually just under half of the race has been under caution, but still everybody on track. Looks like Brett Day going to get into pit road after that incident. You'll see how much damage he has. Only a few seconds worth of damage there. He is going to use his fast repair. He'll be on pit road for about 15 seconds or so as we go back up to the front with your leader, Brian Jones. Taking a look at the top 5 after 51 laps completed. It is Brian Jones out front, followed by Charlie Ryan, Trey Galgan, Ed Sauls, and Caleb Weekly. Chuck Kemper was in second. He is now in 8th place after making another pit stop. So a lot of racing going on. Again, everybody on pit road. It looks like the only car that's not going to be coming out for the restart here is Lowell Joel, back in 16th position, and it looks like he will fall to about 19th, as that is how many drivers we have here now. After a few cars get going, he is currently 2 laps down, but other cars will be passing him that are 3 and 4 laps down here in the next few laps if he does not get off pit road. And it looks like he may be done, and he is going to get passed by Doug Pickering and Landon Heide, and we'll see here if Philip Daniels will get by him in the next lap. So again, cautions breed cautions, but everybody but one driver, Lowell Joel, still out on the track, so that's unfortunate for him. It looks like at the end he may have just got himself loose there. Not sure if he had any help, but it doesn't matter. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing. We'll see if we can get one more green start run here. And it looks like we do get a good restart. So we'll take a look through this field right now. Ed Sauls in a 3rd place. That's the highest he's been all night, or all afternoon, and he is trying to make something work as we got a car upside down. That is the 12. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened to him. That is definitely not what he wanted to see, so let's go back here and take a quick look. What happened to the 12? Again, that is Caleb Weekly. What happened to him indeed is a good question. He was upside down into the fence. Gets by the 24. Not sure there. The 24 may have had a factor in that. Again, that was Caleb Weekly, and the 24 is Michael Given. So Given's having a possible play in that. Those two getting tangled up on the backstretch. It looks like Caleb Weekly is back out on the track now after that. Surprising. That truck took a beating as Charlie Ryan is back out front. He has led 33 laps here. McSparrow has led 20, and Jones has led 4. Jones in second place right now. He is one of the 3 to lead. As we look back to Aaron McSparrow, who has led 20 laps, back in 5th position right now. And that truck is all sorts of beat up, but somehow still managing to hang on to a 5th place run right now. So we'll go back up to your leader, and again, switch to a little bit wider angle camera here to camera 3. Again, looks like the pace lights are on, so we are going to take at least one more lap before we get the green flag one more time. Alright, well, looks like we've got about 15 or so people watching right now, so definitely thanks for tuning in here tonight. Definitely, if you like racing in general here on MaxSpeedTV, like short track racing, trucks, whatever it is, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You know these fans out there and these drivers go back and watch this later. So thanks for tuning in. For all of y'all that do watch later and are watching right now, definitely a big shout out to all of y'all. Alright, again, they are double file. Lights are still on there, but they should be going off this time by. As right there, you should see the lights go off, and they do. 1 lap to green. Alright, pace car is about to make the dive off right there. That indicates that we are ready. Green flag is back out. Lap 63 of 100 is underway. And looks like another good restart there, as I don't see anybody off pace. Let's take it a little further back. Look for second place right now. Brian Jones has his hands full with Trey Galgun and Ed Sauls. These guys are definitely battling very hard. Oh, major contact. We're going to have more contact there. Aaron McSparrow and Ed Sauls getting together after Ed Sauls and Trey Galgon getting together. Again, major contact between those drivers. Somehow every one of them being able to recover from that. And these cars look like they have been through a war zone right now. But they're still going. That is, again, just showing the strength of these trucks and these drivers, to just how strong they are. These guys are not trying to hit each other intentionally. These trucks are very hard to drive. They break loose very easily on this track, as you're watching a battle right now between the 49 and 41. That is Trey Galgon in the 49 and Aaron McSparrow in the 41. And a caution's going to come out, and it's going to be Doug Pickering. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Doug. What happened to Doug Pickering here? We'll see. Might have just broke loose. He seems to get by the 24 all by himself. He does, just all by himself, getting loose. Everybody trying to get around him. Oh, major contact there with the wall, though, between the 87 and the 8. Trying to get around him on the track. And so we'll go back up to live. So a lot of damage to that truck. Again, we'll check in with the 8 of Philip Daniels, who got hit from the 87, both of them trying to squeeze by the 17 of Doug Pickering, who was on track. That truck definitely has some damage, but it's still ticking out there. Everyone on the track so far. We've seen anywhere from 1 pit stops. Carl Hayes has made 1 pit stop this entire race. So he has a lot of use on those tires. He has 34 laps on those tires. He is the most used tires on the track right now 35. So a lot of drivers will see up to the front. Chuck Kemper now taking the lead, and he currently has only 19 laps on those. Richard Stallings in the 175, the iconic yellow and blue car. We see that no matter what he runs, dirt or asphalt, it is always blue and yellow 175, as he currently is in 2nd place for his first race ever in this series. What a run for Richard Stallings. Your pole sitter in the number 18, Shahil Mustak, back in 3rd place, and that truck looks fairly clean. Those top 3 really do look fairly clean for the most part. Rachel Hunt back in 4th after falling back just a little bit. She definitely used a fast repair, and that truck looks clean as well. So we'll see if any of these guys can do it. Carl Hayes got a lot of damage, but he's hanging on to a 5th place run right now. Again, the only driver out of this race at the moment does belong to Lowell Joel back in 19th. He is now 21 laps down out of this race, so unfortunate for him. It looks like maybe his truck blew up after he looked like he spun out and got himself loose and got T-boned by the 72, I believe it was, Brett Day. But doesn't matter now. Lap 73 underway. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again. Take a look, and yet another very good, clean restart here for all these drivers, as we again are on lap 73. We are closing in on the last little bit of here, as less than 30 laps to go here in your race. Again, we'll go through the point standings if we get a chance to get those before we sign off for the night. But again, Richard Stallings is going to get past. They're going to make it 3 wide right here on the French stretch, and watch the 54 of Charlie Ryan go straight through the middle, and he makes it work. He will take that. Looks like we caught a car going around, and we'll take a look. It is going to be Brian Jones, your last week's winner, or 2 weeks ago winner. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened to him. What happened to Brian Jones? He did win here before. Oh, just a lot of beating and banging back there, as he's going to park it, let everyone get by him. And again, what a unfortunate for him. He definitely had such a fast truck, and he is now going to have a lot of damage. He will stay on the lead lap. That is good for him, as he gets it going before the leaders do catch him. So Brian Jones will stay on the lead lap. But right there, Chuck Kemper still out front, as we are on lap 77 now. Take a look at our cautions. We've had a lot of cautions here tonight. 9 cautions total for 40 laps out of the 70. 7 laps we've completed, 24 laps to go. We've had 6 lead changes here. Again, we've had 6 lead changes before different leaders. Ryan has led 44. Maspero has led 20. Kemper led 9. And Jones has led 4 laps here tonight. Again, these trucks, so tough. These drivers, just as tough to be driving these things right now. As again, 19 drivers started. We still have 18 on track. Again, it's showing you how tough and how much of a beating these tracks can take here, as a lot of these drivers have so much damage to these trucks right now. As you look, the top 3 look fairly clean. Top 4 really look pretty good, as we'll go back here to 5th and 6th. Even they look fairly clean as you go back to Carl Hayes, the first one that looks like he's got a lot of damage, but he has not used a fast repair yet. It doesn't look like anyway. Back in a 7th position with 44 laps on those tires, the most of any driver out here, with the exception of Jason McSperry, who has 54 on those. So he is back towards the back right now. It looks like we're gearing up for the green flag. Lights are off, so next time by we will get the green flag. There it is. The green flag is out. Chuck Kemper leads them to the green flag. And we'll see here. So far we got, a little bumping and banging. Somehow nobody gets it out of shape too much. We stay green as we have 20 laps to go here in the race. Caution going to come out once again. We got tangled up going in the back. It's going to be Jason McSperrin. Let's take a look. What happened to McSperrin here? We'll take a look. Oh, I'm not sure. It looked like he may have broke loose. And let's go back again about 20 seconds or so to take another look at that. Not sure what happened. If he had help or not, we'll see right in here. Oh, yeah, that truck may have just broke loose. I am not sure. Those are some very old tires. I'm not sure if he had help or not. That truck definitely broke loose on him. As he has a lot of damage now, almost flipping that truck completely over. But he does manage to keep it on his wheels, and it is rolling still. And looks like Richard Stallings is going to be the next driver out. That is unfortunate. He was up front in second position at one point, and he is back in 15th now, out of this race. So not sure what happened to him. He didn't bring out the caution, but he is now out of the race. So 85 laps is what we're on right now. We're 84 completed. Before we get the green flag, we'll take a look here. Lights are off on the pace track. No, they're not. They are on. Never mind. Sorry about that. That's our 10th caution of the night. 47 laps completed, 16 laps to go. This race is winding down, so hopefully we can get some green flag racing in here towards the end of this race. Alright, now the lights are off on the pace truck. Everybody double filed up. We'll see, can Chuck hold off Charlie Ryan and Shahil Mustak, or can Shahil come back and win this? He was your pole sitter, so we'll wait to see if possibly he can get by and get the win here as the green flag is out once again, and we are racing. Another good start this time. Nobody getting into each other there for that start. So we'll take a look back here, back to fourth position, and third actually is Shahil Mustak and Trey Galligan racing side by side, the 41 and the 49. These two have been racing so hard, and now actually it's going to be the 18 and the 49 racing, the 41 now right behind them. So it looks like the 18 is going to get up there and take the spot from the 49. Here comes the 41 of Aaron Macero back there as well. Aaron Macero going to try to get that spot from the 49 of Trey Galligan, and it looks like he may complete it here as they come out of turn 4. And the 18 going around, caution's coming out. What happened to Shahil Mustak? Let's take a look and see what happened. That was your pole sitter. What happened? Just looked like he may have gone around. Hang on, let's go back and take another look at that. Right here, see what happens. Hits the brakes there. All seems fine at this point. Yeah, it just locks it up and goes around all by himself on the front stretch. So very interesting there, as you're going to see the 18, your pole sitter, go around all by himself with 9 laps to go here. So the 11th caution being run out by the pole sitter, just all by himself. Just the truck broke loose and it turned him around there. So that is very unfortunate for him, as that's going to put him a little ways back now. So we'll take a look and see where he's at. He is back in 11th position on pit road now. And it looks like he is going to come off of pit road. He has damage now as well, so a lot of drivers getting damage. That is very unfortunate for him to just break loose randomly like that. But that did let Charlie Ryan get by Chuck Kemper here for the race lead. And now there is going to be about 7 laps to go when we get the green flag. Can Chuck Kemper or Trey or even Aaron get by Charlie Ryan? Rachel Hunt may get into the mix too, back in 5th position. Ed Sauls worked his way back up to 6th position with a lot of damage to that truck. Alright, 7 laps to go right now. Let's take a little bit wider angle. The lights are still on the pace car, so it looks like we are going to take one more. So it looks like we should get the green flag with 5 laps to go. Extra long cautions here. Again, this track is kind of short, so they take a few extra laps. But we're going to get the green flag with 5 laps to go. If we have a caution from this point on, it probably will end the race, and none of the drivers want to see that. So they are all hoping for a good finish here. So everyone wants to finish this race under green flag conditions. But we'll take a look here. The pace car is diving off right there. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again with 5 laps to go here in the race. And a lot of beating and banging going on. Going to have to be a lot of giving and taking here if you want to get to the front. And it looks like everyone is doing so. They're still trading spots right now, though. And it looks like Chuck Kemper, major contact between the 41 and the 40. This will look big pile up. The biggest wreck we've had. Caution is out. This race is probably going to end there. That is not what anybody wanted to see, as this race will probably end now. Let's go back and take a look and see exactly what happened. What happened? The 40, the 41 looked like they may have had contact. Not sure if that's what brought the caution out or not. Nobody wanted to give an inch right here, and nobody did, and it ended up very ugly. The 41 and the 40 touch right there. Oh, the 40 out of shape. Gets the 40 around, collects the 21, the 96, and a lot of other drivers behind them. So we'll see how all of this plays out here. I'm not sure exactly what happens with all of that. Looks like the 96 is now done here. That car is finished. So 3 guys out of the race so far. Carl Hayes currently being shown in 13th out of the race. Richard Stallings back in 17th out of the race, and Lowell Joel back in 19th place. But right now, Charlie Ryan is your race leader, as it is going to end under caution, unfortunately, here tonight, is they are about to cross the finish line. But there, right there, is your race winner. Again, unofficial, barring any race control issues, but I didn't see him get in too much issue here tonight, as there the checkered flag is waving here, and as soon as he crosses the line, again, he will be your unofficial race winner here tonight. And there it is, your race winner, Charlie Ryan. Again, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back here in just a minute, as we are going to get with all 3 of these drivers and get them interviewed here in your post-race show, coming up in just a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your post-race show with your top 3 interviews. Again, starting with third place, as always, Chuck Kemper. First off, you finished good. You were back and forth all night towards the front, then midfield, back to the front. We had a few cautions here, more than we probably wanted, but overall, only 3 cars out of the race. What was it like out there on that tiny little track?
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, there's going to be some hot tempers, but that was short track racing. People checking up, getting into them, that kind of thing. People getting loose, slowing down. That was typical short track racing. It's a blast to me. That's the best kind there is.
Yeah, definitely. We saw that last restart there had a lot of beating and banging going towards the front. Didn't look like anything major. Nothing definitely attention. But you and the 41 getting together. Looked like he got a little out of shape after that, but biggest wreck we had was right there at the end. So those last probably 5 laps before that last caution, run through that for us. What was going on out there?
My focus was watching Charlie and trying to keep up with him. Hit the fact that he could pass me on the outside. I did get a little loose, but he still had plenty of grip and plenty of power. Got right around me. I didn't want to lose sight of him because he messed up. So, whatever happened between me and the 41 behind me, I really wasn't paying attention. I was running my race up front, watching the 49 and 54.
Well, definitely you hung in there all night, or all afternoon, you might say. You came in good. Third place would be a good points night overall for you. And we know you have some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that third place finish?
Well, of course, some thanks to T&D Rustic Decor. And, of course, T&J Woodworking, for all they do for us in this league and my truck.
All right. Well, again, finishing 1 spot ahead of him in second place is the 49 of, hopefully we are pronouncing this right anyway, Trey Galgon. So, first off, congrats on second place. And what was it like out there? We haven't got to talk to you before, but there was a lot of beating and banging going on, but you managed to pull out a second place here.
Yeah, it was pretty fun out there. Running up near the front with these guys, it's pretty fun. I'm brand new to this league, so that's probably the reason why you never talked to me. But yeah, like I said, the truck was pretty good, but all around it was a pretty good race.
Yeah, definitely you hung in there with them all night long. You definitely hung in. If you can hang in with people like Charlie Ryan, Chuck Kemper, even Brian Jones up there, even people that are further back, Carl Hayes, these guys putting in good runs. You hung in with them. Are you new to the short track, or is this kind of what you get into? You love this short track racing?
I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty new to this short track thing. Be honest with you, 100%, I'm not good at short tracks. So to get this second place finish tonight was pretty good for me. So yeah.
Well, for being new at short track racing, you definitely showed you know what you're doing out there to come in second. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give for that second place finish?
I don't have any sponsors, but I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting the race. I wouldn't have joined the league if I wouldn't have catched this race on your guys' channel. So I'd just like to thank you guys.
All right. Well, good to have you here, and definitely glad to know that here at MaxSpeedTV we do get some new drivers for leagues out here. That is kind of part of our purpose, to promote these leagues. So thanks for definitely watching MaxSpeedTV and joining and finishing 1 spot ahead of all these guys, coming away with the win. Charlie Ryan in the number 54. First off, congrats on the win. And how was it out there for you tonight?
It was definitely a blast. I mean, Sobo always produces some really fun, close racing. I had a blast out there coming from the back a couple of times. It's just, for me, and I think we're all in agreement, turn 1 was just something else because it feels like they went in there with an excavator and dug up the track. It's so bumpy they're getting into 1, and it's just good, close, tight, hard racing at arguably one of the best short tracks in the country. So, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, definitely it is bumpy. Y'all been fighting that all year. It's bumpy just about any track, but especially here, it's amplified, especially in turn 1. But you came away with the win. It's going to be a good points night for you. We'll see where you are after the points are shaken down and everything gets updated. But overall, short track racing, the whole purpose of this league is to get back the trucks back to where they used to be. What we like to call the glory days, when they're short track racing, a lot of beating and banging. I don't see your truck being too beat up out there, but there were a lot of trucks with a lot of damage. So comparing these little short tracks with these trucks to, like the Daytonas and the mile-and-a-half tracks, is it just a lot more of an adrenaline rush?
Yeah, I mean, because you're so much on the edge. I mean, it's like I was talking about last week. I mean, you're in a stock truck. I mean, you've got upwards of 700 horsepower flying around this tiny little 0.4 mile track, and you're just on the edge of the whole time. And I mean, that's why there's so many wrecks, is because one guy steps out of line and there's no space to avoid the crash, and you just pile them up. I mean, it's just, you're so on the edge and you're going so fast, and I mean, it's almost unavoidable for some of these incidents to happen just because you're on the edge so much.
Yeah, definitely. It is a very on the edge. It's we may have to play the theme song "Danger Zone" because that's pretty much where you're at all times during this race.
Absolutely.
But to not hang y'all in here too long, we'll let y'all go celebrate some more. But any sponsors or shout outs you want to give for that victory here tonight?
Just a shout out to the league, you guys, everyone else. I mean, all the drivers in the league. I mean, it's a blast. I'm very happy to come out here every Sunday afternoon and spend it with y'all. It's always fun.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out, and we are not done just yet, folks. We still have 2 more pieces of business to take care of. One of those being your unofficial race results, barring any race control issues that have to be taken care of. Again, coming away with the win here, Charlie Ryan. Second place, Trey Galgon. Third place, Chuck Kemper. Fourth place, Brian Jones. And rounding out the top 5 is Brett Day. Sixth place goes to Caleb Weekly. Seventh place, Rachel Hunt. Eighth place, Michael Given. Ninth place, Ed Sauls. And top 10 spot goes to Shahil Mustang. 11th place goes to Aaron Maspero. 12th place, Landon Heidi. 13th, Jason McSparron. 14th, Doug Pickering. And rounding out your top 15 is Carl Hayes. 16th goes to Philip Daniels Jr., 17th, Richard Stallings, 18th, Jason Deere, and Lil Joel back in 19th. All right, and on the sponsor side of things, we want to make sure we give a shout out to all the sponsors that make all of this possible here on MaxSpeedTV, and on the side of No Excuses Sim Series, Performance PCs. Definitely check them out at performance-pcs.com. SimSpeedShop.com. They are a sponsor here on MaxSpeedTV, so definitely check out SimSpeedShop.com or just on Facebook at SimSpeedShop. HRE Motorsports and Elite 7 Racing, they are the official teams of MaxSpeedTV, so definitely check them out. And on MaxSpeedTV and on the side of No Excuses Sim Series, virtualtoreality.tv, they give away 3-month codes to us every once in a while. We'll be giving away some of those throughout the season. And of course, we cannot forget about all the big sponsors here in the short track series. The biggest one, the title sponsor, T&D Rustic Decor. Definitely check them out on tndrusticdecor.com and on their Facebook page. Just look up T&D Rustic Decor. And of course, TJ Woodworking. They are the official award sponsor. They will be giving some plaques to the champions of this series and the 360 series. You can look them up just looking up TJ Woodworking on Facebook. They have some great looking plaques and other wood objects on there that they can engrave into and paint for you. So make sure you look them both up on Facebook. Give them a like, shoot them a message, thank them for all they do to help us out. And if you're looking for a plaque or just to have your favorite football logo or any other logo engraved in wood and painted, check them out on Facebook and definitely let them know you heard about it here on the No Excuses Sim Series race and on MaxSpeedTV. But on behalf of the T&D Short Track Series and MaxSpeedTV, we will see you at the next race tomorrow night for the 360 race.